Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, good night, good morning. This is a global hello for all the people around the planet, including the extraterrestrials. How are you today? Don't forget to subscribe and give a like to this video so you can help me to spread the word and help me with my work. So how's everybody today? My name is Gloria Londono, and I'm a person that loves to live and live to love. So today I'm coming here for my very first time. I always come in through all the platforms, but I said, let me do a live on YouTube and see how I do, because this is like very first time is hard, and it's a solo, so it's like sometimes I feel more comfortable because I'm a podcaster. Sometimes I'm more comfortable when I have a guest, so I give all the light to the guest. But when you are alone, it's like, okay, now I need to need to speak up. So going back who I am, I'm a mentor life coach. I help people to find the purpose, the mission, especially if you want to heal your family. And I'm a healing link, means that I'm the one who heals my own family. I heal myself first, and then I help heal my family second. So if you are watching me or listening to me, probably you can be a healing link of the family, the mother, the one who's being choosing to help the family. So today my life is about my book, my new book, my very brand new first book, and it was in my bucket list before I die. And the name is Flourish in Captivity. And why flourish in captivity? Because when you are kidnapped, you literally die. It's like emotionally and mentally, it's like you are, okay, this is the end of my life. And it takes a lot of mental power and wanted to live this life so much that you flourish. You flourish in the dark. So, what happened to me? I was kidnapped and held in captivity for 90 days in the dark when I was 25 years old. Now I'm 51. They kidnapped me in my country. I'm from Colombia. I love my country. It's something, this is part of the healing. I couldn't say before that I was kidnapped in Colombia. I was in fear because I never saw the faces of the kidnappers. So, for a person who's being kidnapped, like me, it's very hard for us to speak in public and speak out about our story. I try to interview a lot of people in that are being kidnapped and bring them to my podcast, because also I'm a podcaster where I talk about depression, anxiety, and PTSD. And it's very hard to find somebody that is being kidnapped and wanting to talk about their story. In my trajectory of being a podcaster, I've been a podcaster like 4 years and a half. I only interviewed two people that are being kidnapped. One is in Spanish, that she was kidnapped in Colombia also for 6 months, but she was she was kidnapped with her husband and they escaped. And another person that he's from the Netherlands, that he was kidnapped for 2 years. And I did a podcast with them to share the stories, but they also took them many years to be able to talk about how to be in captivity, how is to be kidnapped. And took me almost 70 years to be able to talk talk about it and to write about it. There was part of the book because I suffer Stockholm syndrome, and I didn't know if I want to put that in my book or not. But my coach said to me, "You should put it because the Stockholm syndrome is something that a lot of people don't talk about it or don't know about it." So for the people that don't know with Stockholm syndrome is when you get emotionally attached to the captor, or you get emotionally involved with the situation. Like, I'm going to give you two examples. One, when you get involved emotionally with one of the kidnappers, it means you have a relationship with the kidnapper. And also when you have so concerned about the situation is when you get out from the kidnap and you don't want to say anything about it. You kind of protect them. You don't want to talk about it. They interrogate you because after they release you, they interrogate you, the police or the military or the people who was in charge of trying to find kidnapped people. They are in charge to interview you many, many, many times. And they know that when we come from a kidnap, they know that we already have Stockholm syndrome. But I didn't know that. So for 17 years, I was kind of ashamed about that, I was, how I had this relationship with this kidnapper. I feel guilty. And I said, wow, I should not feel that way because I did this to save my life. So one day my coach said to me, you should not feel shame. You should not feel anything because there's nobody to judge you about that. You have to do what you have to do because you have no choice. You was in survival mode. And I remember going back to that. It's like, yes, I didn't feel love for him. But at the moment, I thought I feel love for him. But it was more of, he's going to protect me. He's going to take care of me. He's going to give me more water to drink. He's going to give me more food to eat. He's going to allow me more to have my showers. And that's what he did. He protected me in the entire time. So he was an angel inside of a situation that a lot of people don't understand. Because you probably, if you never been in captivity or never been kidnapped, it's hard for you to understand what I'm saying today. It's hard to comprehend the level of survival that you need to endure or you need to get to maintain your sanity of your mind and to keep going, because this kidnap affect you so much in so many levels that you have no idea. And also, a lot of people don't have the idea how much work people with PTSD, in my case, they say I have PTSD and Stockholm syndrome and anxiety, depression. So imagine all these layers of trauma that I have to work on them. It was very painful, very painful. It was very scary to go through my traumas. And not only to go to your traumas with a coach or with a therapist, going back to my country and to be able to stay there because I couldn't go before. Because after they released me, I came here to the US and I didn't want to go back, never again. But for me to heal completely, I'm not saying completely because you never heal completely, but mostly of my traumas about that situation, I have to go back and feel the sensation because they kidnapped me on October and they released me in January. So October was it was it was for me very hard because October is the birthday of my father, and it was 2 days after when they came, 2 days before when my father has his birthday. So he had also a big birthday gift that in that time, and also I had all Christmas, all December being kidnapped. So I had to go back. It was not too long ago. Last year, I have to go back to my country. I went back in November, December, and January to feel how I feel being there. And at the beginning, I was like very, I don't want to go out. I don't want to do anything. And I can, in a kind of way, when I went back there, I feel like a little bit secure to not go out too much and still sometimes. And for me, Christmas last year was like, okay, I hear the fireworks. I did hear the fireworks when I was kidnapped. And then I was with all my family together the last Christmas because I couldn't have that Christmas all together. So for me, it was okay, I want to close this cycle. My book is coming. I want to be able to talk more freely, more in peace, and also to talk to my parents about what happens to me and how I feel because we didn't have a lot of time to talk about anything. So in the book it describes that I had many years that I don't talk to my family at all. And I was angry, I was mad. I was emotional. I had an emotional roller coaster in my life, big time. And I don't regret anything that I lived so far. I would say I blessed that I just still here alive and wanted to live. Because after those big traumatic events, some people don't want to keep going, and it's understandable. But for the people that we still here and we keep going, we keep going, we keep going, it takes a lot of energy, a lot of effort, and a lot of wanting for you to leave. And one of the main things for me was my daughter, because when they kidnapped me, my daughter was 3 years old. So they impact her too, and also they impact my own entire family. So I had to process a lot, to transform a lot. And then in the looking for that transformation to feel liberated, because something very ironic that happens when they kidnap you is when they kidnap you, you're physically you don't have freedom. You are kidnapped. When your mind being kidnapped is free, it's completely free. You get created, you get your survival mode kick in, so you get creative, you try to see how you can escape, you see how to like strategies to be able to get out from where you are. And when they release you, because people don't know, when they release you and liberate you is two different things. When they release you is when they pay for you to get out, and when they find you, they liberate you. Like when they find when the military or the organization is in charge of finding people that are being kidnapped, it's like they liberate you. Anyway, going back to this is like for me to be able to be here today at my 51 years old to write my first book about the kidnap is a tremendous amount of energy and transformation to be able to speak about this. And then I wanted to transform so much my life, like so much. Like I want to get this heaviness in my shoulder. I want to be free because a lot of people, I talk about this in my Instagram, by the way. My Instagram is Gloria Londono Coach. When you are like in this situation that you want to feel free, you feel a slave of so many issues. Like for me, it's like you are auto kidnapped. I was auto kidnapped, like I was gonna say, because my mind goes back and forward when I'm here. So when they release you, going back to that, when they release you, in my case, I I was physical free, but I auto kidnapped myself in fear. So for me, it was like I don't want to go out. I don't want people to know me. I don't want anybody to know about the Stockholm syndrome. I'm gonna die with this secret. I don't want people to know I was kidnapped. And for me to be able to say all this is part of my healing journey too, to help other people to get out of the fear, to face their own issues, to face their own shadows, to face their own darkness that sometimes they follow us. And we don't know. Sometimes we don't know how to deal with that. And the families don't know how to deal with that when they see somebody in the family like that. So when I transformed, I saw that my family starting to turn towards me, like talking to me, asking for help. They want to know what I did to be better. They want to know how I did all this transformation that they see on me. Because when you transform a lot about your life, about your issues, emotional, you reflect a completely different person. A lot of people that know me before, they said, Gloria, you are another completely person. I said, of course, I was in the darkness for so long. Now I shining. And this get me so emotional because I know a lot of people out there are struggling so much with their traumas, and they don't know what to do with them. And they go to therapists, they go to different people, and they don't know what to do. They 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 cannot find that coach that help them to release those traumas. And I'm completely convinced that if you really wanted to transform your issues, you're gonna find the right person for you to transform those traumas, the right coach, the right therapist, the right psychologist. That is when you want it, because they said there's a saying that when the student is ready, the master show up. And also when somebody goes through a lot, in my case, they know exactly when somebody come with issues. They know exactly what are those issues coming from. And just by listening to the other person, you can help the other person to release. And I know in this day and age, they're trying to put us in fear, survival mode. And when you are in survival mode, you shortness your life, because the fear doesn't let you live. Fear didn't let me live for 17 years or more since they kidnapped me until very recently. So I would say maybe 20, I'm going to 26 years that they kidnapped me. Until very like maybe 2 years ago, I was transforming of almost over 12 years. But in the transformation, I went to therapy. I went to any, name it. I went to everything. I didn't do the plant medicine because it's not calling me to do. So I did my transformation by raw, like very raw, myself. I want to do this. I want to remove my anger. I want to remove this. I want to remove that. All the issues that I have, I want to remove this. So there was a constant study about my life, study about my family. I also, in my website, in glorialondono.com, I give away for free the 7 steps to see if you are a healing link of the family, to open the doors for yourself and to open the doors for your family, to create peace, abundance, and success, and to be free. Because I know 100% convinced that they kidnapped me for me to feel different ways to feel freedom. Physical freedom, mentally freedom, soul freedom. And also, I never been addicted to anything but to drugs. I never been addicted to anything like that. But when you are addicted to something, you are slave to that. You have no freedom. So freedom is not, it's not like, okay, you get in trouble, you go to jail, and then they put you in jail, and then when you get out, that's freedom. No. You can be in jail in your own world. You can auto kidnap yourself in your own world and don't and drop the key or lost the key forever. And some people will never come back. That's why some people take their lives away. I'm very advocate to that because it's so easy just to take your life away. It's easy. It's a mental state that it can go in any time. And a lot of families are not well educated on that. And some people are not, they don't know how to do it. And they want to do it, but they don't know. So I want to do this life very short. It's short. I don't want to go over in 1 hour because it gets too much. And I want to share with you guys my book, Flourish in Captivity, that I did with a lot of love, a lot of transformation. And I know I did it short, so you'll be able to read it in a very short time. If you are a big reader, you're going to read this book in 4 hours. And because I know there's a lot of people out there that also don't like to read. So I did it with in that purpose. Also, my first language is not Spanish. My first language is not English. It's Spanish. So for me, it's also a big deal to be able to write this book in English. Of course, I did need help. A lot of people helped me to do this because my grammar is not good and because I think in Spanish but I speak in English. So a lot of people know what is that. If you are bilingual, you know what did that mean. And I'm so excited for this launch, this April 24, 2024. It's already in Amazon and Goodreads and also in Book Sirens. So people that, and all the platforms too around the world because I'm global. And I want with this book, I want you to transform, to keep transforming because we all transform every day. It doesn't mean if you read my book, oh, you, it could be if you want to transform and this book transform you. Yes, it could be the ultimate book for transformation. Just reading the story. everything that you have to go through when you are kidnapped. um, but that's the goal, to be your ultimate guide for transformation, to help you to start your transformation, or to keep growing and to keep transforming your life. The other day, I spoke with my coach that helps. She helps with people with traumas, and she said, "I'm gonna use your book for people to read, because it will see it will see how people can transform after a big, huge trauma." And I said, "Well, that is the purpose of the book, to help more people to transform, to be free. That's the main thing, for you to be free." And also, I'm giving a giveaway in Goodreads. If you go and subscribe there, it's free, and you can put your email there, and also you can win a free copy if you are a Kindle user. So you can go and subscribe for you to win. Um, I think right now it's like 700 people right now subscribe. So it's gonna the last day is gonna be, I think, one day before we launch. So go run and get your free copy if you are a Kindle user. Today is April 2024. In case you see this after I was live. So you have until April 23, I think, yeah, until April 23 to get your free copy on Kindle, because there's 100 copies that I'm gonna release, because I want to be, I like to be abundance. I want to give away my story, so for people, to help people to transform, because that way we're gonna have a better world, and get conscious and start to transform our lives and our families. First us, second our families, then neighborhoods, then cities, then countries, then the world. But it's a long journey for that, because, you know, who knows if one day we're going to see that. But by now, we just do what we need to do all together to be free. And if we are free, we have everything. We have peace, we have love, we have everything. And I forgot to mention something, most important thing is unconditional love for you and unconditional love for others. And when you have that, it's like the ultimate relationship that you have in your life. So before you die, look for your ultimate relationship with yourself and with others. Have a great day. I love you all. And I'm so excited because this was my second live. I did one before, but I just erased it because I was like, no, this is like, I was not in tune. So thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, give a like, and share. Maybe somebody wants to need it. And also, Flourish in Captivity. They tell you more about Stockholm Syndrome and tell you about more about survival and how to heal yourself. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful life, and ciao ciao. Gloria, Londono.